Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome. Today is Thursday, June 14th, 2023. My name's Jeremy. This is my first cup. Right off the bat, if I am distracted, and also acknowledging this will likely be a shorter show, there was a power outage yesterday. I've got some outlets that are not working, and the fridge is plugged into one of them. So I did not realize that until about 10 minutes ago. So I got to deal with that. And I'm not looking forward to it. But how are you? How was your Wednesday? Was it productive? Was it enjoyable? Did you train? Did you take a nap? Did you work? What did you do? I want to know in the chat. And Jenny's here. No one else is saying good morning. And that's a shame. That's okay. Good morning to you, Jenny. Good morning to all of you. And I know there are more of you here, and you'll chime in when you get a minute. I was out last night. Good morning, Kelly. Supporting one of my improv friends who did a stand-up class, and it was the graduation class. And this is the second one of these I've been to, and it was absolutely wonderful. The idea that people with so little experience can be that funny, just, I don't know, it gives me hope for the world, for everything. It's pretty cool. What was yesterday for me? So Andrew and I recorded 3 podcast episodes. I'll be getting those uploaded to the team today. They went really well. We were on fire. It was pretty great episodes. And if you want to know what episodes we did, I'll be posting those names later in Patreon. Good morning, Brian. Because Patreon is the only place that we tell you who and what is coming up on Martial Arts Radio. Speaking of Martial Arts Radio, we're opening a different group. Instead of the more private group that we've had since day one, we're turning it into a page. Why? Because of the way Facebook handles things. I'll leave it at that. For those of you who are part of that group, the Martial Arts Radio Behind the Scenes group, we will make announcements in there and do our best to help everyone move over to the new page for the new content. I am tired. I was out later than I generally am, and now I am sleepy. So I see a nap in my future. Jenny says she had an okay day, started with a speech evaluation for Lilith. She is slightly behind in communication development, so we are getting her some speech therapy for a bit to help her catch up. We're grateful to find this right now before it affects her other developmental areas. Finished the day with an awesome Superfoot dojo class. That's great. Glad to hear it. Probably saw quite a number of my friends at that class. Stacy, good morning to you. Kelly saw her chiropractor yesterday. Did x-rays last week, found out my neck curves the wrong way, which helps explain why I always have a, quote, pain in the neck. Yuck. Is there something I can do about that? That sounds uncomfortable. Looking out, it is still green. It is still rainy. My car is very dirty from it being wet and then driving down dirt roads. If you ever want to spot my car in the parking lot, look for the dirtiest car. It's most likely mine. Today, Thursday. Nice chart. Today, there is an episode of Martial Arts Radio. It's a Q&A. And we tried to do this as a live episode with the new software, and it did not work. So I don't believe any of you have seen this. But today, there is a new episode. I think it's 24, Q&A 24 of Martial Arts Radio. And I like doing the Q&A episodes. Don't forget, if you ever want to drop a Q in the list, you send it to Andrew, not me. Andrew at whistlekickmartialartsradio.com. Jenny says they've had rain every other day this week. Today's a break, tomorrow more rain. My garden needs it. Yeah, the plan after work, assuming that my day is not horrendously derailed by the fridge, is to get outside with the weed whacker once it dries out and deal with that. So, fingers crossed. And Kelly says the weird thing is that her neck, the chiropractor said it would be from a traumatic accident type event, but I don't recall anything. That's beyond my pay grade. But traumatic events can happen at very young ages too. I hear dogs barking. My neighbor's dogs. What else do I want to say? I think I'm going to move on. I do. And this is why I warned you at the top of the show that I'm distracted. My brain is not as between being a little tired and between being distracted. I don't have as much for monologue material as I might. I got through a lot of work yesterday. Had a client move a meeting. I got tons of room to get work done today and tomorrow, and I'm excited about that. So we'll see where the day brings me. Kelly says my body is just weird. Yeah, that's it. Keep dropping stuff in the chat. Keep letting me know what's going on with you, what you're doing today, what you did yesterday, etc. And I'm going to bring up the stuff that Frank sent over. As always, I appreciate Frank. You know, it's like this weird cold and muggy, and I don't like it. It's just a little bit too warm for this sweatshirt that I'm wearing, but it's also too cold for not a sweatshirt, to not wear a sweatshirt. I don't know. I may not even be making sense. This Saturday will be World Karate Day. Are you celebrating? Beat a tournament. Here we go. And we do this. We take over here. And we change this view to this one. And there we go. June 17th is World Karate Day, created by the World Karate Federation in 2017 to celebrate the sport's inclusion at the 2020 Olympic Games. And karate is we're going to read about karate. Karate is a martial art developed from the indigenous Ryukyuan martial arts under the influence of Chinese martial arts. It includes punching, kicking, knee strikes, elbow strikes, and open hand techniques. When the Empire of Japan annexed the Ryukyu Kingdom in the 19th century, karate began to be systematically taught in the mid-20s. In following decades, movies, media, and popular culture contributed to its popularization, and karate schools started to appear all around the world. Special note, there is more than one World Karate Day. The other is on October 25th, as declared by the Okinawa Karate World Assembly in 2005 to commemorate this sport. Jenny says she's got training and laundry today, not in that order. Brian asks, how much Jeremy could Jeremy chuck if Jeremy Chuck could chuck Jeremy? I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I would suggest an adequate amount. And Kelly of the weather says it's like trying to work through fog or pea soup type environment. Yeah, that's kind of how I'm feeling right now. But World Karate Day, you know, one of the things I find interesting is the popular culture, let's say, association with martial arts. If you go way back, what was the first martial art that we really knew about in the West? It was judo. And so everything became a judo chop. And then we learned about karate. And everything became a karate chop. And then taekwondo was popularized. And we saw more taekwondo. And I never heard anybody call it a taekwondo chop. But for a number of years in there, any kick was a Taekwondo kick. And now, due to the popularity of some movies, we're seeing more attention placed on less popular arts. You know, we can look at both MMA for popularizing Muay Thai, but we can also look at movies like Ong Bak with Muay Boran, people even knowing what that is. And then all the Filipino martial arts and the other Southeast Asian arts showing up in movies. And I think it's great. But it all moves along. So celebrating what you do, I get that. Now, you know me. You know, to me, it's all martial arts, and I'm not going to celebrate one art over another. I'll celebrate a person. I'll celebrate a school. I'll celebrate rank promotion. I'm not going to celebrate karate to the exclusion of others. I'm not saying anyone else has to do it my way, but that's just kind of where I'm at. Kelly says, I'm doing something different for the first time today. My 4th lockdown. She says, oops, my 4th location had half the students taking summer off. So I decided to shut it for the summer, trying to take care of myself and have some fun, although many of the days will be spent taking care of my mom. But that is a blessing too. Well, it's great you have the opportunity to do that. This is why when I work with people, it's the importance of having your own business. No, everyone can't have their own business, but you can. You can if you want to. Is it necessarily the easiest way to go through life? No. But you have flexibility in a way that you really don't working a conventional job. I got some flexible things coming up that I'm looking forward to, right? My ability to take my job and do it from nearly anywhere is great. I love that. And I know some of you, at least some of you, have some job things happening, changing right now. Anything else I want to say about World Karate Day? I think the only other thing I'll say about World Karate Day is that it was great that karate was in the Olympics. It was a shame how poorly it was received. I'm not surprised it was received in that way. And the WKF doesn't own karate. Just something to keep in mind. Organizations don't own the arts. The JKA doesn't own karate. They don't even own Shotokan. Just because you're not part of an association doesn't mean that you're not part of an art or part of a family. Doesn't mean you don't have the right to train, right? None of these founders started the association first. It's not that I'm aware of. There's some new modern art where somebody puts together an association first and then builds the art and then starts training. But I'm going to guess not. So, I think that's as far as my brain's going to take me. I hope you have a great day. I hope to see you tomorrow for our Friday show. I appreciate your understanding with the shorter show today as I go and deal with my fridge. I think there's a GFCI that just needs to be reset, but I'm not sure where it is because I've never had to do it before. Which outlet? We're going to find out. Kelly says, I'm too much of a control freak to work for someone else. I understand that. And the best thing that she ever did was to leave an organization. I can also understand that. Thank you to Frank for putting that together and all the work you do on the show. Thank you to Josh for our theme song and to Denise for our audio. I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow for our Friday show. And I guess the big thing I would encourage you, if Marshall Summit is not on your calendar, November 9th through 12th, Keene, New Hampshire. Do you even love martial arts? Here's a whole bunch of days of really cool, mostly free stuff happening months in advance. You just have to get there. It'll be funny because there will be plenty of people who live nearby that will say, oh, I had to do this thing. You didn't have the opportunity to offload that with 8 months of notice. Well, then I'm sorry for your life. And then we're going to have plenty of people who are going to fly in because they'll see the value. All right. I will see you tomorrow. Take care, everybody.